a long history of UFO sightings in various forms. Many UFO researchers have spent many years documenting and studying these various shapes. Perhaps the cigar-shaped UFOs were among the oldest and strangest of these documented forms, through a long history of UFO sightings. Recently, several sightings of an unidentified flying object in the form of a cigar have been documented. It was sighted in at least 10 different places. In Fernandina Beach, Florida, United States, the unidentified flying object was seen in the form of a large cigar, flying at a low altitude without making any sound. It was hovering steady at first, and it was immediately noticed as it was a very large entity in the night sky, radiating a bright light around its center, and according to the accounts of eyewitnesses, in this sighting and in many of the following sightings that, although the unidentified flying object appears in the pictures as a mass of light, but it was a solid entity with a massive and shiny metallic body, surrounded by bright light making it appear in the pictures as a mass of light. Eyewitnesses continue saying, "What is surprising is that, despite the enormous size of the unidentified flying object, it does not have any wings, blades, or engines, nor does it make any sound. Also, his ability to fly steadily in the air is amazing." The unidentified flying object kept flying steadily for a period of time, before heading southwest and slowly flying through the sky, until it disappeared into the horizon. At Waycross, Georgia, the same huge cigar-shaped unidentified flying object was also seen, slowly flying across the clear night sky. But this time he was accompanied by other unidentified flying objects resembling stars, bright as well, appearing and disappearing around the large entity, according to the eyewitnesses. The unidentified flying object was observed in the sky in the southwest direction as well, and it was at a great height in the sky as if it was at the same height as the stars in the sky. A large metallic object illuminated from one end to the other, with an even and bright white light with no visible gaps. It slowly began to move in a straight line before simply fading in the south direction. The shape, lights, and path did not change at all until it became dark and disappeared, and was no longer visible. In Milbrook, Alabama, a long line of continuous lights was seen hovering in the sky at a high altitude. These were the words with which eyewitnesses began talking about watching. The unidentified flying object appeared in the southwest direction, and the scene lasted for 3 minutes. As the object moved in the sky, the lights seemed to have a slight curvature and vary slightly in intensity. Here, eyewitnesses noticed that the unidentified flying object is a metal object, illuminated by regular lights. In Devil's Lake, North Dakota, the same unidentified flying object was seen emerging horizontally, from behind the trees at a low altitude, and flying into the sky at a tremendous speed that did not take few seconds. A tall object was shining brightly from one side to the other. The descriptions of the eyewitnesses in this sighting were identical to the previous descriptions, except for the slow flight, where the witnesses confirmed that the unidentified flying object had taken off from a very low height towards the sky at a tremendous speed, and disappeared in few seconds. Was this unidentified flying object landed in this area? This also confirms that it has a supernatural ability to take off and disappear in few seconds. In Cornwall, Ontario, a very tall object containing many lights was seen flying high in the sky and radiating bright light, surrounded by a group of other bright spherical objects that also appear and disappear in the sky around this massive object. In Frameries, Belgium, the same unidentified flying object was seen moving slowly in the night sky, and was also surrounded by lights all along from side to side. However, according to witnesses, the lights were intermittent and no physical object was observed. But by examining the images, it was found that the boundaries of the object are visible in the images, but it seems that they are hidden, and this indicates the ability of this huge flying object to transform into a plasma state as well, and this is very strange, as this may be strong evidence that the source of this flying object from outside planet Earth. And if this is the case, what made it appear so intensely in the recent period? Is it one unidentified flying object, Or are there several unidentified flying objects that were appearing in different places around the world? In Rochester, New York, the same unidentified flying object was seen, hovering at a medium height in the sky, bearing the same descriptions given by previous eyewitnesses of slow motion, no sound, and bright lights along the sides. In North Bay, Ontario, the same tall, glowing object was seen flying in the night sky. Eyewitness says, "I saw a long object in the night sky that was lit up and traveling rather quickly across the sky. After watching and talking pictures videos, I went online to see if Starlink could be seen in our area, but it indicated it could not be seen in our area." In Lake Orion, Michigan, a tall cylindrical object was seen floating high in the sky. The same unidentified flying object was seen, flying in the night sky in Michigan, as an eyewitness said. Boating on Lake Orion during sunset, an evening cruise back to boat launch. Conditions were partly cloudy during sunset with cloud dissipating as the evening went on. Although it was a large cloud in the distance, the shape was very strange, image a grey pool noddle, off in the distance reflecting the light from the ground. I asked if others on the boat saw the object, and they joked it was a UFO. They thought it was weird and ignored it. I took a photo, and when I didn't think I captured anything, I gave up. By this time the object floated away to a point the lights on the ground were no longer illuminating it. If it was a cloud, it was a very strange shape, and very odd that my photo didn't see other clouds in the area. In St. Jerome, California, observed a tall object about 100 feet long, with round lights in a line, perhaps 30 or more, flying smoothly without noise. Eyewitness says, "I noticed an oblong-shaped object with a pointed end, with lights in a line maybe 30 or more. The object was at least 2 planes long, and was almost gently flying in slow motion. I took a picture and wanted to take a video, but the object disappeared as if it had an invisible camouflage technique."